Hey, how's it going? It's Rocky. I'm gonna try to do a live trading today, Thursday, December 29th. It's about 11:17 in the morning in the Pacific Coast, and I am not working this week, so I had an opportunity to trade a bit more during the US market hours. So right now we are trading the MYM, which is the micro for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And if you look on the left here for all four indexes, they're all up significantly today. A bit of a nice reprieve from the past couple of weeks where Santa Rally is nowhere to be seen. So it's been quite red, but that's all good. As you know, I trade the MIOM as a means to hedge against my E-mini account. So the E-mini account, I'm just letting run until the expiration date on March 15th. And then with the MYM, it helps me focus on just trading quickly in and out, intraday, and all of that fun stuff. So I was looking to enter here. So if you look at the time base, the stochastic RSI, heading to oversold side. The crossover has occurred already previously to that, but I'm seeing a bit of a divergence. We are above the zero line, so it's a bit risky to do that because the probability is not on our end. And then on the tick base side, if we look here and zoom in a little bit, seeing our first red candle there. Same thing, heading to the oversold side and also starting to diverge. The entry I wanted to do, that's pretty random. Sometimes you're like, oh, some people like multiples of fives or zeros or things of that nature. For our side, we're just gonna we'll short 10 contracts here, and so whichever one works, and there you go. So that wasn't so good. You saw that by doing market, it went down to 11. It was around 15 earlier at that time, but it's okay. My main reason for doing this is just to show you how I ease in when trading with the micros. And, because you can't always get it right, but basically, I'm gonna draw this vertical line here to show exactly where we entered, and then I try to put my average here to understand exactly where it is because it's easier to be visual when doing things. It makes the trading a lot easier when your systems are in place. Things are a lot more automatic and you have an easier time in making decisions. So far we are down $58 on that trade, and basically what I'm gonna do is looking like a bad entry here, and that's because again, like I was hoping it'd go to the oversold side, so that's why I entered. And obviously on this one, I was wrong. So the nice thing about trading micro is I can ease myself in and out, right, when trading. So if I was wrong, I could buy more on top. Sometimes I like to buy 10 more above it or 20 more above it. In this case, we're just going to put another 10 right there. And basically we'll let that sell. Okay, there you go. And then from this point, let me just adjust my lines. What I then do is I'll do an alert, maybe 20 points down from where I'm at, just so I can go back and take a look at it later. And do that here too. So our average is 33,416. I'm gonna do an minus 20. That's about 96. So I'll do an alert at below 33,396. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to protect myself. So 20, let's just do 100 ticks. So that's about 100 ticks. It's about $1,000 I'm willing to risk per se. And then for this one, since my alert was at 96, I just wanted to inform me when we hit that mark so I can adjust a little. I'm just putting it here. I know that's not a good reward to risk ratio, but just doing an example here. I will speed this up, and when we're getting close to exiting, or if I needed to add more contracts, I'll start recording again.
like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for.
Also, as a reference here, I forgot to mention, so when we did enter the trade that we made the first time, it was at 11:18. So right now it's 11:23. And I also want to show you pretty much how things can be a little slow in the middle of the day and how it speeds up right when power hour starts, which is in about 30 minutes. So just remember, it's 11:18 when we started. It's now 11:23, so it's been 5 minutes. So again, I'll let this run, and I'm basically gonna add 10 more about right here. Oops, that's not what we wanted. Big mistake. Ah. All right, so be careful, I guess, when you enter things. All right, so I'm gonna add 10 more on 31. We'll see if it hits or not, but again, I'll speed this up to get this going.
All is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life.
All right, so it's 11:26. You probably heard that sound. Basically, it's been about 8 minutes. The 10 that I shorted at 33,431 did get in. So our new average is now 33,421. So I'll adjust that. Again, what I'm trying to show here is you don't always have to have the perfect entry. And that's one of the main reasons I actually like trading the micros a lot, because, you know, my account can handle up to 2 e-minis, closer to 3 now. But with the micros, I can break that down, right? So my way of trading, I can ease in up to 3 groups, maximum 4 groups. So that way I don't always have to get it right the first time. It's just my style. It's what works for me. And some people won't like that because they'd rather have you go in once, and if you're wrong, exit and be a good loser, right? But for me, instead of forcing myself into a certain way of trading that works for people, I've learned to understand where my weaknesses are and basically use my weakness as a strength. So that's how I've been evolving as a trader, and hopefully you've been seeing that. I've been following my journey. Now we're about 10 minutes in on the trade. Again, 30 micro contracts on the E-mini. So what that means is for every move, it's $15. And just pay attention to the PL open here. Right now we're roughly at $17. We did okay so far for the day. That's why I'm a bit more aggressive on the trade. And yeah, so we're 10 minutes in, and I'll just let this roll again. When we're ready to exit, either to take a profit or to take a loss.
That my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see.
Alright, so we're now 11 minutes in on the trading. You now see, based on the indicators, right, because they are lagging there, we're now getting closer to the oversold side, both on the tick base, on the time base on the left and the tick base on the right, and based on the MACD, you're seeing the two lines diverging a little. You see that from the histogram getting bigger. And then now you're seeing my target, right? We're getting close to that $500 on my my limit there. And basically, when I'm already below this and I want to sort of lock in some profit, something that I do is on the trail stop, which I had 100-point trail stop on the other end. This is when I normally replace that with something tighter, because I'm getting close to pretty much exiting that trade. So as you can see here, that was a 100-point trailing stop. I'm getting close to exiting it, so I'll just put a 7-point here. Again, just for this exercise, because I want to show you just a quick trade. Normally what I would do is I would let it run for a little more. I can drag the limit down, but for this one, we're just going to change the trailing stop. And that was the alert that we had earlier. So basically right there, oops, hasn't quite taken it, but you know, PL open for 437, and we still have a few more. Oh, I made a mistake. I only did a trailing stop for 20 contracts, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pretty much just flatten this last 10. That means flattening it is any existing buy or sell or whatever orders you have, you would just close it out so you're zeroed out on everything. So I'm gonna flatten that. And for the day, we are now at $1,314 before commissions and fees. And then let's go to our account statement. So we'll look at our account statement for today, December 29th. I just wanted to point out that trade that we did just now, right? So wait, sometimes it takes a while for this to refresh. So give me a second while I change the dates. That usually forces it to show up. But it's not quite. Yep, there you go. Now the 1131 is right there. So I'll bring my calculator here. It's good to visualize what happened. And basically, you can see here, this was our first trade at 1118. When we first shorted 10 at 33, 412, and 411. Then another 10 here at 1120 at 421. And then another 10 here at 1125 at 431. So what I'm going to do is pretty much, so our ending cash here is $31,245.05. And then what we'll do is we'll subtract the previous cash balance before we shorted, which is $30,983.25. For that trade that lasted from 11:18 to 11:31, that's 13 minutes. We made $261.80 after commissions and fees. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that live trading. I just wanted to show you how I go in and out of a trade during the U.S. market hours. And again, I'm able to do this because I am on vacation this week. But most of the time when I'm working my W-2, I only can do this during my lunch hour, which is during the power hour time. Or I do it mostly, after work is done. So during the Asian market or European market hours. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the content. If you didn't, give me another chance. And hopefully you'll like what you see on the next one. All right, have a good one.